The final phase of HS2 is expected to get its final approval in Parliament today. Building is due to start this year on the high-speed rail link between London and Birmingham. The legislation has taken 4 years to go through. Five Live's Leslie Ashmore is in Warwickshire, near the proposed route. So how are people there taking the news that this will finally get the green light, Leslie?
Well, as you can imagine, some people in Birmingham, for example, some businesses, certainly the council there and so on, are very, very delighted about this. They say it'll bring lots of jobs to the area. They say it'll regenerate their economy, and it regenerate economies away from London, like, for example, Manchester and Leeds, where the line will eventually extend to. However, I'm in the village of Burton Green, and you're not wrong when you say the line is going to go very near here. It is going to go right through this village. So people here are really very upset. Ray Watkins, you bought your beautiful old house, I think, a few months before the announcement was made.
Yes, we did. We bought this house and moved in January 2010. And then at Easter, we got this amazing news that HS2 was going to go straight through the middle of the village.
And what did that do to the value of your home?
All of the properties in Burton Green are completely blighted. We had a valuation in 2015, a re-evaluation, and basically the estate agent said without very substantial reduction, you won't be able to sell your house.
Jerry Marshall, you live really right beside where the line's going to be. You've fought this for so long. I think now you've just decided enough's enough.
Well, yes, I was involved with a campaign for 18 months or so, and then decided to stop beating my head against the brick wall, and sadly we will be leaving the family home. But you know, the jobs are an illusion. They're temporary and relocations. If we follow the pattern of most parts of the world, there will actually be a growth in unemployment in our region as jobs are sucked to London. You know, what's really disappointing is that once again the political elite have ignored professional advice and public opinion, and they're building a line which doesn't connect up with HS1 and the continent, doesn't connect with Heathrow.
So HS1 is the fast line already
to Paris and all that, and it doesn't connect with New Street stations. So for most people, the journey will be no faster as they have to change stations.
It is certainly interesting. A lot of people here say we're going to be very, very near this high-speed rail link, but we're not going to be able to benefit because we'd have to go all the way into Birmingham to utilise it.
Yes, we would. Currently we've got an excellent service from Coventry to Birmingham, but now we're going to have to go over to Birmingham. We're going to have to change stations in Birmingham, and for a gain of 18 minutes?
Yeah.
I'm quite curious, Jerry, that you're saying it'll suck jobs into London. This is one of the arguments that the government says is the good thing about HS2. It'll take jobs out of London.
Yeah. But I remember Stephanie Harris being challenged when she worked for the BBC to find an economist that supported that view, and she couldn't find a single economist to support that. In Lille, which has had a similar experience, you know, smaller city, similar distance from Paris, in the greater Lille area, unemployment has increased since the arrival of the TGV. That's the experience. People will travel primarily into London. It'll draw jobs into London. And of course the other thing is that this is the line which is the least busy line into London. There's a lot more need for a line in the south and trains going into Waterloo. So it really is a complete white elephant.
£56 billion it's going to cost. I know both of you gentlemen think the money could be better spent.
Of course it could, and we only got to think of the national health. We've only got to think of the whole infrastructure problems anyway in England, and to just focus all of this money onto HS2, I think is a complete distortion of where our priorities should be.